Good morning. Welcome to Westland Unity Center, Westland, Oregon. It's May 23rd. My name is Jan Carruthers, and I'm your spiritual service assistant today. It's my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you friends from all around the country today. And in Unity, we believe that each one of us lives in spirit. And we are here by divine appointment. The Unity Center is a ministry where people of all backgrounds, ages, and beliefs celebrate the one common spiritual thread that lives in every heart. And if you're discovering Unity Center for the first time, please, we invite you to go to our website, www.worldhealing.org, worldhealing.org. And so let's come together. I am so excited that our guest speaker today is Reverend Jody Stevenson. She's the senior minister of the Center for Spiritual Living in Boulder Valley, Colorado. She also is a great longtime friend of our Unity Center, and even more, she is one of my closest, dearest, bestie friends. So, my pleasure to introduce her. She's going to open us, and later she will be giving us our main message. So, Jody.
Well, first of all, welcome. I'm so happy to see you all. And I just want to acknowledge that this has been a really intense chapter for you guys. So much has happened. I've been there, I know the feelings, and I just honor each one of you. And I just see your beautiful faces and send you so much love. So let's just take a moment and center ourselves into today. In this very moment, we remember who we are. We know that this is a sacred day because it will never happen again, nor as has it ever happened in exactly the same way. And we remember that we are each individualized expressions of the divine, that which literally moves and has its being through each of us. And we know that as a community, we love in all the different ways that we love. We come together to share, to laugh, to cry, to play, to co-create, to be who we are, authentically individualized, and as a community, the soul of Westland. And so we give thanks for today. We give thanks for the Westland community, the church, the people, and we give thanks for the privilege of being right here, right now. Together we say, thank you, God, and so it is.
Thank you, Jody. Our spiritual reading is based on the idea that Charles Fillmore developed the 12 powers of man. And this year, the theme for the Unity Center, the Unity all across the world, is how to stay centered no matter what. And the month of May, the theme, the sub theme, is power. So the reading is a meditation on the power of the one power by Reverend Bronte Colbert. As I recognize my connection with Spirit, the one power, I become more aware of my inner faculty of power. I feel it energizing and renewing me from within. I'm invigorated in mind, body, and consciousness. How wonderful that I have the power to choose my reaction to circumstances. Aligned with Spirit, I take charge of my thoughts and words, knowing they have creative energy. I think and speak only positive, kind, affirming words regarding myself and others. I only invite thoughts of truth, peace, harmony, and love to linger. I allow those thoughts that do not uplift my spirit, entice joy, or move me toward my truth to return to the nothingness from which they originated. In time and with consistent practice, I clear my mind more quickly of thoughts that do not serve my spiritual life. And we have two affirmations. Together, let's say, the presence and power of Spirit now manifest in me and through me. I use my inner power for good in our world. And the second, the power of my thoughts and words moves me ever closer to my truth of being. And let's remember those for ourselves. We have a first piece of music.
I am goodness, grace beyond measure. I am peace, here and now. I am wholeness, thriving perfection. I am love, I am love, I am life, free and abundant. I am joy, awakened and wild. I am spirit, open and boundless. I am love, I am love. We are goodness, grace beyond measure. We are peace, here and now. We are wholeness, thriving perfection. We are love, we are love. We are life, free and abundant. We are joy, awakened and wild. We are spirit, open and boundless. We are love, we are love. We are spirit, open and boundless. We are love, we are love.
Wow. I'm going to have to bring that to my church. So in the early 1970s, Professor Leo Buscaglia went to the powers at hand at the Department of Special Education at the University of Southern California when he applied to teach a class on love. On love. What a novel idea. But the pushback was astounding. It had to be taught on his own time. was free of salary. He could not get paid for it, and there was no credit. Eyebrows were raised by those who didn't think love was scholarly enough, a subject to and serious enough to be taught at a university curriculum. One professor at lunch one day looked at Professor Leo Buscaglia and said, as they were discussing this new topic on love, said, love is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. We don't need to talk about that. And when I've heard that, I thought, I don't think I'd want to be married to him. What do you think? Very soon, however, the naysayers were proven wrong, and over 100 kids signed up. And all ages, all varying degrees of sophistication and education, 100 kids. And for 3 years, they talked about love. And the goal in the 3-year exploration was never to define love, but one agreement, and it was unanimous, 100 people across the board, is that love is infinite. R.D. Laing, who was a London psychiatrist in the 20th century, wrote in his book, The Politics of Experience, what we think is less than what we know. What we love is much less than what there is. And to this precise extent, we are so much less than what we are. So here I am, once again, after 35 years of being in the ministry, talking about the most important aspect in our lives, and I can't define it. One of the things I learned in ministerial school is for 50 Sundays out of the year, give or take, you're going to get at least 2 off, if not more. You're going to be talking about something that can't be defined, that is infinite and very elusive. But although I don't agree with that anymore. And I have to say, ironically, have we never needed understanding love more than right now? Now is the time. In one of his last books, Dr. Sorokin's write, In the Ways and Power of Love, the sensate mind emphatically disbelieves in the power of love. It appears to us something illusionary. We call it self-deception, the opiate of the people's mind, unscientific bosh and unscientific delusion. Actually, science is proving now the power of love. So for those of you who know me really well, you know that I have spent a lifetime, at least from age 28 to now 71, learning how to love myself. It has been my number one focus. So many therapists, so many classes, so many classes in ministerial schools, certifications in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, degrees in hypnotherapy, years of meditation, journaling, of affirmations, mirror talk, changing my beliefs about myself. And when I started out, and this was developed, this belief system was developed at a very young age, when I was a very young little girl, I had to, and I've had the privilege of changing my belief system that I was fat, frumpy, dumpy, stupid, and ugly. Now, those are not good beliefs for being successful and for having self-love. Now, I pretended I was happy, and fortunately, I had enough joy and enthusiasm about life that I could carry it off pretty well, but I have to tell you, I was dying inside. So there were 3 events in my early 30s, late 20s, that brought me to my knees in prayer. And at that time, I really didn't even believe in God. Steve Jobs once wrote, "You can only connect the dots by looking back." And now I can connect all the dots and see where I am today. So the first dot on my journey of love was on April 11th, 1979, on that glorious day when I quit smoking a 3-pack a day habit of cigarettes, Marlboros. Now, I would love to tell you that I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. At that time, I was smoking between 45 and 60 cigarettes a day. I know how to be an addict. I come from the world of addictions and compulsions. And I was in a particular smoking cessation class. I went there. It was a 10-week program, and I went because I wanted to learn how to quit smoking. But what I loved about the program is you could continue smoking while you were learning how to quit. It was perfect. So I'm in the front row and I'm sitting over here, and the moderator, I don't know who she is. I don't know what happened to her, but this woman was an angel in my life. I'm sitting in the front row and I'm lighting up. I had one cigarette lit and I was lighting up another one. You know how anyway, I'm lighting up and she stands up and she says, class, here's what we're going to talk about tonight. Some of you already know this. Some of you won't like what I have to say, but all of you need to hear this. And she points at me as I'm lighting up my second cigarette off my first one and says, you are at choice. You are at choice. And my life was never the same. I went, I'm at choice? I'm not a victim? Really? Wow. Really? What does that mean? The second and third moments happened on the same day. June 5th, 1983, I was living in Seattle, Washington, walking down the streets of Seattle in an area called Pioneer Square. I found my Skid Row dad. Dad had gone to the streets by that time, looking like a wild animal, and he was sleeping in a doorway. And I know my father. Now, my childhood movie star handsome dad that used to put a tux on and go to a posh country club that my parents belonged to was now a Skid Row bum by that's what he used to call himself. And I looked at him on that day and I said, I am not going to end up that way. I don't know what I need to do, but I am not going to end up that way. And my children are not going to end up that way. I had no idea at that moment that it meant that I had the honor and the privilege and the responsibility to learn how to love myself. I had to learn, or I was going to hang out in addictions and compulsions. So today I am so happy to tell you that I am no longer fat, frumpy, dumpy, stupid, and ugly. In my uniqueness, I am curvy, classy, courageous, wise, and beautiful. It's been a long journey. So for 43 years daily, I truly have worked on this, transforming my shame into respect. And that's what love is. That's what love is. So when I cross over to the spirit world and watch the movie of my life, because I think that's what we do, I will be able to say, I learned about self-love. Kierkegaard, who is a 19th century Danish philosopher, theologian, poet, social critic, and religious author, who is widely considered to be the first existentialist. We give Emerson a lot of credit for that, but really it was Kierkegaard. And he said, to cheat oneself out of love is the most terrible deception. It is an eternal loss for which there is no reparation, either in time or eternity. So in my 40 plus years quest for eternal love, I have come to believe there are a few things that are true. First of all, people who are loving have to learn how to be loving themselves. They have to learn to love themselves. And then we can take that out into the world and uplift the consciousness of humanity in whatever way we do in our own special way. We have to first fill ourselves up and recognize that we are each individualized expressions of the divine. And yes, do we make mistakes? Of course we do. Oh my God, that's okay. We get to love ourselves through it. I got to tell you, self-love takes courage. For greater self-love, you have to learn to celebrate yourself. Dr. Ernest Holmes writes, the good things we seek from life are but echoes of the true self knocking on the door of consciousness. I think he wrote in a little bit more complicated way than Charles Fillmore, but I tend to draw on him because I'm a religious science minister. So you see that true self knocking at the door of consciousness is your beautiful, unique, beautiful, one of a kind, beautiful, authentic you. I have come to believe at this vast age of my evolution that the true meaning of life is to be yourself. I have come to believe that the spiritual path is a path of authenticity. And authenticity is the expression of love. Authenticity is the expression of love. Another thing that I have come to believe is in the world of metaphysics, there's an ancient belief that what you focus on expands in your life. And through the power of dedication, every single day doing our affirmations and our journals and our gratitudes and all the things that we know what to do, we can expand our self-love. So what is it that you do? What is it that you do? Now, in my ripe old age, I have to tell you, I've never been busier, and I've never been more purposeful, and I've never been happier. As the founder of Wedding Day Joys and the senior minister at the Boulder Valley Church, my life is overflowing with purpose. And I love all the smart and spiritually dedicated people that I have surrounded myself now because I have developed self-love. I'll never forget, in my early 30s, I went to a psychic. And at that time, I was going to a lot of them because it was part of my evolution. And I remember one of the first psychics looked at all my cards and energy and said, oh, you're going to be working till the day you die. And I remember thinking, oh man, I got to go find a new psychic. I got to go find a new psychic. So here I am. And I hope I get to work till the day I die. I have come to believe, and I've done a lot of marriage counseling, a lot of premarital counseling, and a lot of seminars and workshops and talks on love. So love between two people is like an H. If you think of an H, and there's a bridge between the two. So we have two people or two organizations or two countries, and there's a bridge. And the bridge of love, the foundation of the bridge of love is trust and respect. So the work that we get to do on ourselves and then take that out is to learn how to respect ourselves and how to be an instrument of peace. I actually have said this in my wedding script. See, I don't believe that love is this ethereal idea that can or cannot be proven by science. I don't care. But what I do care is how people behave. So I believe that love is a verb. It's a verb. And when we can show up with respect and love for and trust for each other and for ourselves, we have love. So to summarize today's message, love is the very thing that is moving through you and through me. We get to honor it. We get to feel it. We get to be happy about it. We get to believe it. We get to treasure it. It's there. It literally is the breath that is breathing through us. So for all those professors who, in all their smartness and highbrow education, have said love is irrelevant. In fact, it is the very thing that has and is and will breathe itself through each of us. Love is very, very relevant because it is the very thing that makes us up. There are two great sages in our lives as unity folks and religious science folks, New Thought people, Charles Fillmore and Ernest Holmes. Charles once said, love is an inner quality that sees good everywhere and in everybody. It insists that all is good, and by refusing to see anything but good, it causes that quality finally to appear uppermost in itself and in all things. I love that. Ernest Holmes writes, love is the sole impulse for creation. And the man or the person who does not have it as the greatest incentive in his life has never developed the real creative instinct. No one can swing out into the universe without love, for the whole universe is based on it. In other words, wherever we are, whatever we're doing, love is. So our job is to develop trust and respect for ourselves and for others. So not only is love not irrelevant, it is the very thing that lives and moves and has its very being through each of us. This afternoon, when you have the service for Joanne, feel the love. As you move through the process of this church, feel the love. And I know you already are. You're all doing that. And go hug those beautiful plants and flowers in Oregon that we just don't have here, that I love so much. And please, when you all see each other this afternoon, if you can, hug each other for me, because I really love you all and I love this community. Thanks for having me here.
More than the clouds up in the heavens, more than the sands upon the shore, more than the colors of the rainbow or the poet's metaphor, more constant than the movement of the ocean's ebb and flow, more than you can fathom. You are love more than you know. Our love, oh yeah, you are love.
Thank you so much, Jody, for your beautiful, joyful, authentic, essential message. It's always such a pleasure to hear you. And it's a pleasure to be challenged, to respect and to love and trust ourselves. So, this is the time of our service every week where we remind ourselves that we give into the universe, that we extend our offerings of our abundance, and we remember why we give. And it's for messages that sustain us from wherever they come in our universe, for our community in which we are loved and appreciated, and for the unity and truth principles that liberate us. And as we're gifted, so we give back, and we're grateful for every gift. We have an intention that we celebrate this, our 31st year. And let's say it together. Spirit led, we're co creating a vibrant, inclusive ministry, welcoming and supporting everyone on their spiritual journey. So it's easy to give. Go on our website, press the donate button. You can give securely. You can send in a check. You can drop one by the office. And so let's say together as we give from our heart, we're grateful for our blessings. God's love in me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I always like that thing from the Bible that says, every gift returns to us pressed down and overflowing in the experience. So we have a few announcements. Life is busy. You know, today is the celebration of life in the Garden of the Unity Center for Joanne Carruthers, our dear friend. If you have not reserved, please do. There is some room, but COVID rules require registration ahead. And so, because seating is all assigned, we're looking forward to seeing you. And we know that the sun will shine. The sun will shine. There's a task force for the Unity Center process on Wednesday at 11. You probably have the Zoom link if you want to attend and participate in that. It's a process and we appreciate it. Stay after the service today for our fellowship time without coffee. Bring your own. Very excited about our speakers coming up. Next Sunday, May 30th, is our wonderful licensed Unity teacher, Sandra Combs. And her topic is completely apt for us in this complicated time that we're living in. That topic is transitions. Her title is OMG, Here We Are in Transition Again. We'll be looking at various things, the stages of transitions, the biblical story of Exodus, the deeper meanings of those experiences, and much, much more. Transitions are an opportunity. Transitions are an opportunity for rebirth. So come and listen to Sandra, terrific teacher, terrific speaker. And in the future, we have a lineup for the month of June of also wonderful teachers, people you love and people you've never heard before. So don't miss a Sunday. There's lots of work, lots of events coming up, and you will be kept apprised of everything, every step along the way. And if you have requests or suggestions for how we proceed during this next few months, please let Sharon, our administrator, or our president, Nancy Lilly, or me know, or a team member know. We don't want somebody afterwards saying, gosh, I wish we'd have done such and such. This is the time to make requests, ideas, suggestions known. Thank you. So, coming back to our center, if during this time you desire spiritual healing, spiritual support, or any other kinds of just somebody walking along with you, we always recommend you to Silent Unity. There are wonderful people there praying for us on our requests 24/7 for 125 years. We're celebrating their anniversary. This is one of the creations, one of the many creations of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. The information is there. Don't waste the opportunity to have them on your side. And reach out into your unity community as well. So as we're closing here, there's just remind you to reflect on Jody's personal, authentic suggestions, actually her declarations that there is a fundamental power of love in our lives, and it's a verb. So we're grateful to our Unity friends and teachers. We're grateful for our own divine nature. And we have a special video for us today, short, just about 3 minutes, a guided meditation on peace, the power that we also live.
So let us begin this time by just putting aside anything that might be a distraction, closing your eyes down if that feels comfortable. Take a breath in and imagine you're exhaling it through your heart. Breathe in, exhale, and I invite you to allow these words you hear spoken to be the peaceful intention of your own heart. Divine love is present here and now, healing hearts and soothing minds. An unexpected canopy of peace diffuses goodness and grace over any testy life circumstances that confront me. I am filled with a sense of calm and inexplicable ease. I am comforted at the deepest part of my soul. Even in the face of all that is before me, this blanket of peace enables me to breathe fully and without agitation ponder an array of positive perspectives. No matter how much this situation stretches me, divine peace allows me to remain undeterred in my belief that a positive outcome is embedded in the midst of this and every condition. My audacious faith has been polished by numerous precedents of trust. Once again, my bold faith points me in the right direction where I not merely survive, I have what it takes to thrive. I simply take one step at a time toward the small or grand victory that is mine today. I am peaceful, and I now radiate that peace into the world. I now release this word with heartfelt gratitude and trust a perfect, purposeful resolution will unfold for me and all those with whom I pray for peace. And so it is. Amen.
That meditation was given by Reverend Pauline Pipe. Doesn't she have a wonderful voice? So let's let that one aspect, that one of our many divine aspects, let us keep peace at the center of our lives. And when we claim it, we share it and we experience it. And as we complete the service today, we symbolically blow out our candles. So those candles come up, and we remember that the light never goes out because we are the light. And we say the prayer of transformation together. The light of God is in us. The power of God moves through us. The love of God moves through us. The power of God transforms us. The presence of God is who we are. Wherever we go, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much, Unity friends from near and far, for your support and your participation. Please join us again next time, next Sunday, for inspiring messages. And if you missed any of them in the past weeks or months, we've been online on YouTube since March. So let Spirit brighten your way. Lift your burdens, soothe your sorrows, relax your fears, and resolve any discord with divine peace, compassion, and power today and every day. Thank you very much, and we will see you